Hi, Jeremy here, Modern Vitality. In today's video, we're looking at the best healing breakfast because if you're trying to get your vitality back, you need to know how to eat. So I'm going to share with you a counterintuitive morning soup that uses whatever leftovers you have around, plus nourishing broth, plus some fermented probiotics that are good for your gut. Here we go. So we're going to start with some broth, bone broth. I've got other videos on how to make bone broth if you haven't learned that yet. You can also get it from the store if you need to, just have some on hand. This is a really good thing to keep around in your house. You want to have this stuff all the time so that it's ready when you need it. So you just pour some broth in a little pot, pop it on the burner, and crank the heat up to high, and you want to get that boiling. So while the broth is heating up, you can get your miso out. I like Miso Master Organic. There's all different brands. You just want to find something that doesn't have a lot of weird stuff in it. So when you look at the ingredients, it should just make sense. So miso paste, if you haven't used it before, it's a fermented soybean paste, and it looks like this. So I like to get a big scoop. You might want half as much or something. It depends. It's got kind of a umami. It's like a savory flavor. It's a little bit salty tasting. Sometimes when you're new at this, it can be a little bit of a different flavor. It might be overwhelming. So start slow and low with it. I like a big gob at this point. So you just take that, put it in a bowl, and then we're just waiting for the broth to heat up. So now that it's boiling, you can take it, and you don't want to boil miso paste, but you can take the boiling broth. You can pour some in on top of the paste, and I'm just going to put a little bit, because I want to be able to stir it around and turn it from a paste into more of a liquid. So we're going to mash it up pretty good, and the hot water helps. So this is one of those meals that you can also use as a great snack or lunch, because a lot of people have jobs where they have a hard time eating hot food that's nourishing. And if you don't want to use a microwave or something like that, what you do is you just take a glass jar or a container and you put whatever leftovers you have in there, and then you put a gob of miso paste in it, and you just bring it to the office. And if you have access to hot water during your day for lunchtime, you just add hot water and you just really stir it up. And then you got a nice nourishing hot soup in the middle of the day, which is a great little tip there. So I got this dissolved pretty well, and then I'm just gonna set it here, add the rest of the broth. And then if you have leftovers, right, whatever you've got, a lot of times in our house, we'll make a stir fry or something for dinner, right? So we'll have rice and vegetables, a little bit of meat and all that. And we just save it. And then in the morning, whatever's left, you can just put it in with your hot miso broth, right? And then you've got this incredible soup. Can you see this? See? So one last little thing, you could add some cut up seaweed or something like that. I'm gonna put green onions on mine, and then I'm ready to go. I love to use scissors when I'm cooking, whenever possible. They're a lot faster and safer than a knife. So I'm just gonna trim through the green onions real quick. It's gonna give it a little bit of a spicy flavor. They're not too strong, but it's enough to help the immune system, especially in the morning. So you can start your day with this very, very hearty, nourishing broth. You're using up your leftovers, you're not wasting anything, and you've got some fresh green onions on top. If you're struggling with a complex chronic health condition like Lyme disease, fibromyalgia, mold exposure, chronic fatigue syndrome, anything autoimmune, any of this post-viral fatigue, any of these knotty, complex chronic conditions, you don't have to do it alone. We've got a fantastic group. It's people all over the world. We're international. It's free to join as a guest. I'm in there every single day answering questions. You can learn a lot about your health, not just cooking, right? We're looking at specific stage-by-stage healing processes to untangle these knotty conditions. We're also looking at specific herbs, breathing exercises. It's a great place to be. Everybody's very positive. There's a lot of support. So I'd encourage you, you can find the link to apply. It's around here somewhere, probably in the description of the video. And if I see your application, it looks really good, I'll get you in just as soon as I can. There may be a bit of a wait because we do tend to fill up. So there's the best healing breakfast in the world. All right, let's get you feeling better. Cheers.